Hey guys, this is episode 2 of 4x4 Together. We're out in Jolly Nose State Forest here with the boys and some of the girls as well. We're going to be hitting one of the Power Lines track, which was a lot more intense than what we thought it was. That's a track I've done many times over, so are these boys here. And this time it was just a little bit more intense because it rained last night. You're going to see some pretty good recovery angles, some pretty hairy moments as well in the Ranger. It was a lot of fun. Enjoy. So today we're heading out to Jolly Nose, going out with Lachlan and Ryan and one of Lockie's mates as well. So we got another Parado on this series. I know I was giving a fair bit of shit to the last Parado, but you know, they deserve it. So this one's a little bit more rigged up. We're going to try and hit the what's called the Power Lines track, and then we're going to head up to Jolly Nose, and there's going to be a nice lookout up at the top. So it's going to be a pretty good day out. We haven't really planned too much today. We've got a full day to sort of head out and check it out, and we'll just suss what's going on really. Rightio, coming up now we got the start of the Power Lines track. It's called the Power Lines track because there's power lines basically right next to it, or right through it. And there's a left-hand side track and a right-hand side track. And I don't think we'll be doing the right-hand side, I'll show you why. If you can have a look up there, you can clearly see that the right-hand side track is just absolutely ridiculous. I don't think anyone would get up there. Unless you had a motorbike, but we only got 4-wheels, so. Now this bit here is probably the bit that I'm most worried about. So is Lucky, but coming up there, like, it's not so bad. There's a few ruts, but you can get through it. It's just like, once you're on this steep, I'm struggling to even get balance. Yeah, once you're on this steep incline coming up a hill, be worried about hitting that. And then coming up, hitting this bit here, and then bouncing back, and then just, yeah. If you can't tell, we're all pretty broke. So, it's probably, yep. There's definitely not enough money to go around to roll a car and pick up from it, eh?
Nah. Nah, I'm not too keen on that one.
Not too keen?
I reckon you could give it a crack, but
yeah, but that's
you're in the big rig after all.
If I do it, then everyone has to do it, and that's not going to happen. Nah. About 20 psi again. Now, I wouldn't be able to do this squat pose right here without my short shorts, so thanks to Cotton On for you guys giving me some short shorts. Yeah, shout out to them. But you can still see here, even with 20 psi, like, you know, we're fully loaded without me sitting in there. It's only another 100 kilos, but nah, it still hasn't bagged out that much, even on 20 psi. Like, every car's different. I know I said last episode that we went down to 17 or 15, but we stayed at 17 for the whole trip. But every car's different. Everyone always tells you, you know, what pressures to go, but you sort of got to know your car and know where to be. They're only just guidelines, so try it out yourself and sort of find out what your car feels best at. So just going to introduce the boys, or get them to introduce themselves today. What car you drive and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, I'm Lockie. I'm in the Soccer Mum Prado. She goes alright. Probably not the most ideal car to be four-wheeling in, but smashes the Jeep anyway, so yeah, she's alright. What about you, mate?
My name's Aiden, I'm driving the 80 series Land Cruiser. Cut that, boy.
No, we'll just beep it out, mate, don't worry about it.
And we're going to test it out today, see what we can do.
How you going, guys? I'm in the PJ Ranger just at the back there. going to shit on all these cars. We'll find out today. Nah, it should be good. This run's pretty good. I've been up a few times, mainly on a bike, but we'll test it out in the cars today. So
Yeah.
Should be good.
Yeah, it should be good. She's only an easy run. Well, it's not easy, it's a bit steep, but it's fairly scaly up there. So it did rain a little bit last night. That's why I'm sweating now, because it's about 100,000% fucking humidity.
Yeah.
Cut that sweat word out, eh? But yeah, it should be a good run. Enjoy the drive.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't drive too hectic.
Just crawl. Just keep it in first here. First low range and just crawl with the winch. The winch will do most of the work. So what's happened here is it's gone a little bit sketchy. It rained last night, so what's happened, this is already really scaly and it's super slippery already. With a little bit of rain, it's actually, you can see there, so what's happened is he's come up and sort of dug himself through, dug himself through a bit of the wet mud, or not mud, but a bit of the wet dirt. And what that's done is it's dug him in a bit more. It probably hasn't kept up the momentum enough, sort of got up and stopped a little bit and then tried to get it going again, which is what's dug him into the ground. As he's sort of come up, brakes have given way a little bit, the ABS lights come on, so that's why he started going backwards real fast. So a little bit of a hairy moment, could have been a lot worse. It's fair to say that everyone was a little bit worried for a second there, and probably still shaking a little bit. So it's going to get the winch out from Lockie's car now. It's a 12,000 pounder, so just going to winch it up, creep up just to about here, and then try and get a little bit of momentum and get over this hill bit here. But Lockie's, as you can see, there's not much actual clear ground or stable ground, and we can't have Lockie winching him up on a hill over there. So we sort of need to try and just get him to here and creep over a little bit. So we got the dampener that we're going to chuck over the winch. We chucked it on his front recovery point, chucked the winch on his front recovery point there. I'm just going to do a safe recovery, make sure nobody gets hurt, no cars are rolling over basically. Rightio.
That's how you do it?
That is how it's done. So what we think tap wood sounds like, or what's happened is, you know, it's sort of been a bit sketchy. You gave it a couple of goes, and because it's bouncing around, it's a bit hard to keep your foot on the accelerator when you're going up, because your sort of whole body's bouncing around as you're going over those ruts there. So because it's bouncing around, the foot's not able to stay on the accelerator the whole time, which keeps the momentum of the car going. So that's why it's got to it's got stuck a few times. And that last bit there that was a whole different story.
Yeah.
So yeah, buddy. Hell, man. So what we're doing now is, because the range has gone up and it's sort of dug a bit of a rut in there, the cruiser's come up as well, and it sounds like it's only running on, is it a 6-cylinder? It sounds like it's only running on 5 of those 6 cylinders. But apart from that, it's a bit heavier than the Parado. So where the Parado was trying to winch it up, it's not going to work. It was just dragging it straight forward. So what we've done now is we've hooked up the Parado over here into a bit of an embankment. Got the winch cable running through around the tree protector, running down the snatch block and onto the recovery point of his car. So what we're going to try and do now is get him to come up just nice and slowly, get him to creep up, and then left hand down a bit to try and get out of those ruts instead of going straight up. Because right now that back right hand tyre is just flexing right out. It's not even hitting the ground anymore. So we've dug ourselves a pretty big rut. It's, a little bit more intense than we expected, but that's what it's all about, and I'm glad we got all the recovery again. I'm glad we got a winch as well to get us all out, so cheers for that, Lockie. Even though it's a Parado, bro.
Yeah, so as you can see, up 4 cars, we've got it pretty deep. With my car, what happened was, the problem was I wasn't giving it enough guts going up there, so I had to go up a few times, and once I finally got up here I was in second, and I did the mistake about here going back to first because I started losing a bit of revs. But you get that, and that's where my car rolled back a bit and kind of shifted. I will admit I was shitting myself. Anyway, got Lockie's winch to get us out, and then Aiden tried to get up the cruiser, and we got him out in the end, so good to go.
Live life. Love life. One love. One love.
So that's pretty well one of those situations where you've done the track a million times before. Like, I don't know how many times I've done that track, honestly, and you know, come out here with a different bunch of people and different cars and different situations. It just, you know, the weather comes into play with everything you do when you go forward driving. That little bit of rain last night, if we didn't have had that, it wouldn't have been so loose with all the mud that we, all the dirt. What was that? Yeah, so where was I? So the yeah, you can tell how much just the weather comes into play when you go forward driving. It doesn't matter how many times you've done the track before, it can change in an instant, and that's as quickly as it can go wrong. You know, nearly losing Ryan's car there with the ABS locking up. You know, that's totally unexpected and something that you sort of just couldn't get out of. But we're really lucky that we just everyone had a safe recovery. You know, there was nothing went majorly wrong, and that's just it, really. Bloody hell. That's why you go 4x4 and together. Thanks heaps for watching episode 2. I hope you enjoyed it. If you got any questions, leave them in the comments below. If you reckon that we could have done it better, let us know. But yeah, see you on the next one.
So we got this key. It's probably one of the most effective ways to put your tyres down, rather than buying all these fancy gadgets like Colby. Just poke him in there and go by ear. Yeah, that sounds about 20. Beauty. Hey, what am I on?
Oh, you're on at the moment. You're already on 19, 20.
That's true.
Oh yeah, you did? Oh, that sounds about
Yeah.
20.
Gotta do it by ear, mate. No way.
The key does work, mate.
Yeah. Turns out we don't need this after all. Hey guys, we're going to start this episode with Lockie, Ryan, and Ryan's missus and my missus here. Nah, that's a shit one, eh?
I don't know.
Fair bit of action in this episode, you know, on some. Oh,
Do it like fucking Steve Irwin. Right, so what we're here.
today we've got an action-packed episode out in, what's the Jolly Nose? Is it Jolly Nose?
Jolly no.
Today we've got an action-packed episode. I feel like I'm Hey guys, welcome to episode 2 of 4x4 Together. Times before, but it's just because the weather was a bit wet last night, so it's made it a little bit harder. Yeah.
It's gonna be good.
It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. My name's Jeff. And Jolly Nose State Forest. It's not that called, is it? It's not called that, is it?
Nah,
I need to find out that name. Sorry, man. You're gonna absolutely love it. We're gonna kill this.
Yep.
And I'll tell you what, you're gonna sit here and you're gonna absolutely